Okay, let's continue. So let's check the code a bit. The doors instance. Now the update. Here I'm missing some things. Vad fan börjar om? Varför kan jag inte göra? Okay, let's continue. So, see, run code, where were we? Okay, we have some problems. Let's check the code. So we have the update method we're working on. Det var inte där. Okej, vi börjar om igen. Okay, let's continue. So let's do run code, see where we were. We had some errors. Okay, I didn't even remember. Update we're working on. Okay, here is something. Missed to index those ones, I guess. Now all have it. And here canvas. Okay, yeah, I forgot to. This one we should do here as well. See if we can save. And yeah, one thing I was thinking through was that we should only do the call to the solution within the try clause and not all of the other things, as they might then hide errors in the code. So I'll move it around here a bit. So this except should go right after the call to the solution method here, level 1 stay. And then we can bring this to the left. We only have one solution in this instance, so it's only when you have challenges that you might have more than that. And then we do the same thing when you call the solution down here for the second time. And then again we have this part. And maybe now we can skip the comment. That might be better. And the remove I did here. Yeah, this always works, I guess. There's always a current car that we have chosen up here. Here we should protect it. So we should only do the remove if that value is in the list. And yeah, here as well we should not check. We should check if it's X actually. That was the idea. What do we have now? Something running. Okay. So yeah, if you see the animation now is that first you choose A, C is revealed, and then you finally choose A, which gives a goat, so it's red. Can we also get a car there? That should then give a green oval is the idea. Not much luck on the car with the stay strategy. Maybe we did something wrong. Okay. So that's odd. We're never showing the car. So let's hard code it to be on 0 instead of randomizing it. See what happens. Where do we have the random one? Here. So I'll just set it to 0 for now. Then we should definitely get the car. Okay, so we have some bug there. Current car x0 doesn't work. That is interesting. So we should in the update method then show the car. Okay, so this is only if we open that door and current car x is that value, then we should set the car to opacity 1. I guess maybe could it be that we are showing should be either a car or a goat, but I guess the goat cannot hide the car entirely. But let's make sure that we hide the other one. So if we show a car, we don't show the goat. If we show a goat, we don't show a car. And also, if it's not open, then we don't show it. That's fine. Maybe we should do something similar with the ovals also here, actually, to make sure that the other one is actually not showing. Feels a bit safer. And here the green one should not show if we are showing the red one. Okay, but still something else is the problem here. Still showing a goat. Okay. So if the reveal door is 0 and final chosen door is 0, or final chosen door is 0, and then if current car x is equal to 0, then we show the car. What did the car ever work? Maybe we should check that. Or we can do, actually I think what we need to do is we should fix this logger class here. So we can log more easily, because I don't like sending in the console here really. We should remove that actually. So I'll remove all the console things. So we don't send in the console anymore. So we want to do like just one constant logger. I think that's more elegant actually. So in here we'll have something like, let's do it like this so we see it's a constant. Then what we want to do is we want to actually be able for this one to have a console. So we do set console, and here we set it like this. And the reason to have it, well, one global one is also that we can turn off all logging at the end very easily, which is nice, and still maybe keep it if we want to work on it in the future. So maybe the method could be log, and then we do console.log of whatever we get in. if we have a console. Oh. Oh, yeah, we can protect it a bit here and say that we have self.console is none. And here we actually protect it and say if console is not none, then we do the logging. So we should set the console here in the initialization of the challenge class. We can do it up here already. Logger.set console. Where is the console? It was called. I had it there. Aha, no, I did only that. Okay. I'll check in the here. Self-context console is called. That was the wiki, the future skill wiki. Set console to self-context console. Okay. So now we should be able to log, hopefully. See if we didn't have any syntax errors. Okay. So just in the update method here, it could be nice to do logger.log. And this one is called doors instance, I guess. Doors instance.update. And then, yeah, let's do it like this. We put in the string form, the string version of the round state there. Let's see if that works. So now we should be able to see what we get in here. So we actually have the current car X set to 0. Okay, that didn't work well. Logger.log. Self.log string, of course. Let's try that. Okay, so we have current car X is always -1. Aha, so we never set that. That is a good reason, of course, that it doesn't work. So we randomize it, but then we never set it in this round state. That is necessary. So I'm using a dictionary to pass all the data, because the idea is that I will use this dictionary for all these instances down here in the canvas as well. So then I feel a little bit easier to just use a dictionary object. Okay, so now we win the car and we have a green oval here. This is kind of how I want to show the actual round. Because if you do a different strategy, like the switch strategy, then yeah, we would see that the dashed line would be here, and then whatever you choose would be oval as well. So it's easy. In the end, I think we will see it's easy to see the difference between stay and switch. I think we should also add like a checkbox and a cross for successful or unsuccessful for each of these rows later. But I guess for now, what we can do is also to, let's look here in the step function. We can actually pick up what strategy is used by the user. So maybe down here we check the strategy, and so yeah, if the initial door revealed door is if the initial chosen door is equal to the final chosen door, was what I wanted to do. Then we'd say that the strategy is strategy stay, and the other case then is strategy equals strategy switch. Then we should also check if you've actually, not chosen the revealed door, which would be stupid, but we should check it. And we also have left to do some to do here. Yeah, check that we have valid return at all. So we only accept 0, 1, and 2. Yeah, but we'll leave that. We'll do the happy main flow for now. Because then I think we should have some lists. Did we add those as well already? Maybe we did. Yeah, we have all the stay rounds here and the switch rounds here. So we should update the statistics that we thought of initially. So these numbers then should be updated. And then we can put the round state in lists like this for stay rounds and switch rounds. And then the idea is to show them down here as well. So let's continue with that. So updating the statistics. Now I forgot all those nice. I'll just paste them in for now so I remember them. So I'll do some space here so I see where I'm working. Okay. So I mean, we can actually do this within here instead, maybe. So the question is if we should I'm just thinking that we maybe should do this as a little list or tuple instead with 2 values, or a list actually. Maybe that is easier. Yeah. So I'll change this then. So instead of stating the strategy here, call it strategy num times instead, and then we'll have it as a list of 0 and 0 to begin with, and strategy num wins is a similar little list here, and then I'll just index it with the strategy. Strategy rounds is then, let's say that we do it like this, 2 lists. So then switch goes instead inside those same variables. Now I'll just copy those down so I see the names down here for now. Because then we don't have to do it twice in here, we can do it right after here instead. So now we can check if the final chosen door is the car door, which was called current car X. So then that means that you have 1. So then we should have this one increase. So here we put the strategy variable as the index. And then, I mean, we can first also always say that now we played one more time. So we add the num times for the strategy that was applied. And then we also add the current round. Actually, we can use the copy for that. Do we need to do that? Let's do it for now. if we're gonna iterate here. Actually not too sure right now, but this will work at least, which is always nice. So my idea is here to do to add to these lists of rounds that we have, again using the strategy as the index, and append a copy of the current round state. Okay, so those are the kind of finishing touches there. So we update the strategy variables. Let's see if we are still able to run this. Yeah. Are we not randomizing now? Or did we change that back? No. Nicer to randomize now again. Like so. Okay, so now maybe we could, since we have this list of round instances, we could work on showing the last 5 instances here in the list of stay and switch. So that we could do in our own update canvas maybe. Because now we have those lists of strategies applied and exactly what the state was. Here we have update canvas coming actually already in the boilerplate code that we have from the system. So this is the one we want to use, and then we have the setup of the canvas here. We created a list which was 5 long somewhere here. So we have those stat rounds, X strategy of those store instances here. So that's what we want to do here. I want to use this one. So maybe again we can do this X strategy thing here, so it's very clear. And for each of these lists then we want to take the 5 last. I don't know, maybe do like this. And then just colon 5, we should get the 5 last, but it could of course be shorter, it could be 0, it could be 5. Now I'm taking the 5 first instead. So what is it? -5 to 0 to the end. And here we can maybe try to log. So we see that we have something here. So this is the update canvas method. And I just put for now the string version of this 5 last thing here. See if this actually gets called and stuff. No, that didn't work. So we never got called. So is it this row? Which doesn't work. So this code is incorrect. You can't do -5 apparently. Okay, so we'll do instead a variable here, num to show maybe is equal to the min value of 5 or the length of this list. Strategy rounds, yeah, that one should exist, I guess. Well, okay, let's just do this to see that it runs. Always nice. So we have some problem with strategy round strategy. X strategy it should be called, of course. Maybe that was the problem. But we can maybe still use this num to show there. Could be useful. So this one probably actually works. See what we get to the update method. We get current car x2, reveal door, final chosen, initial chosen. Okay, nice enough. And then we get an empty list for the other strategy. That makes sense. So now then we should go through this list and decide which ones to show. So it's 5 long. We settle on 5 rows, I guess. And then we can do it like this, that if this one is greater or equal to this one, so the last ones we will not show. Instead then we'll ask the doors instance to hide itself. Self stat rounds. So we have to add a new method for that. Hide, I guess. Like so. So we have to add that to our little class here. So we have the setup. Then we need to go through all these things and actually we never need to hide really, because once we have 5 we will never have less. Maybe we can be a little bit lazy and not we can instead do a show, because we need a show method. Well, the update method is the show method. Okay, so we should probably start everything off with opacity 0 instead. Isn't that the way to go? And then we don't have to do the hide method. We can just use the update method we already wrote, because doors closed here is still showing initially. But we can change that. And then we can what do we need to do? Well, maybe in the update method we should set also the closed doors to show the ones that we just hid here, because that we never did. I don't know. I'll just lazily set because they are behind all the other things because of Z index. So I can just make sure that they get set here. Now they get set to show a lot, but yeah, good enough, I guess. And now if we run the code, hopefully it will be revealed. No. Doors closed. Okay, again I forgot the X thing. Like so. The only not so nice thing now is that we don't see the top one. Okay, we have some problem in update canvas, but maybe we should we can fix the problem first, but we should probably do it so that we see the doors already initially when we press save. It's nicer. But why do we have an error now then? The hide doesn't exist, of course. Okay, so instead, if this one is less than, then we should do something here. We will call the update method, I guess. And then we will use the round that we are on. Okay, so, of course the 5 last here. And then we'll use the X row here. Okay. This was the idea. Yeah. So now it gets copied down here. So whatever we have here also shows in the stay strategy here. That is nice. And what should we do now? Yeah, we should actually have it run for, I think we said, let's say that we run it for at least a few rounds here. We can actually run it for, let's say, 6 rounds, so we see that the update also works. Because now we always set finished here to true. That's not actually the idea. We should have some kind of index for which round we're on. So now we have self dot. Okay, num tries. I'm not using that one yet because I haven't used underscore anywhere else. So for protected, I'll just do it like that. Current. Is it called a try or it's a round actually? Num rounds, I guess. So we should check current round versus num rounds. I don't know, I'll just lazily do this. Current round is -1, and then at the beginning here we increment it, so it's the first one is 0, and then at the end here we check if self.current round, so 0 versus 1 should be self.num rounds. So this would mean we have met the end condition, right? If we are at round, if we only have one round and this one is 0 and this one is 1, then it should break. Yeah. So let's see if we can run it multiple times. Sometimes we even get the car. Nice enough. Now I picked 5, so we just fill it up. Does it then work if we put 6? What happens at the end? So hopefully this one will just kind of, so this green one should go to row 2 soon. See how it looks. I have no idea. It looks okay, I think. And this one is still at the bottom. Yeah, seems, I mean, you could probably do it nicer with an animation for when it moves, but I'm also not so sure that's absolutely necessary, so I'm pretty happy with how this looked. We can also update the string here for where we are statistically. In the update class, we can calculate, what is it, the percentage. We have the num tries, num wins, and the percentage is success rate maybe. So what is that? We had the, what was it called? Strategy, was these guys. So self dot num wins for the strategy at hand divided by num times. And these maybe are ints then, so I don't know, let's turn this one into float so we get the float. Yeah, that should work, I guess. Where are we? I see that it runs. Okay, now I want to fix that text. Actually didn't work. times. Aha, if we don't have anything, we are dividing with 0. Okay. So we have to actually have done this. We have to have done the switch strategy is never used now, so yeah, that worked. Okay. So now we should set the text stat string maybe. It's equal to something that we need to format. And we first have the success rate actually. Now I have to Google how to do this. Success rate, and then we have the num wins. And then we have the num times. And it should look like this. Yeah, let's see what it's gonna, of course, not look right now, but we should take that float and make it an int again. And we actually never set the string, so that's also... What was that string called? Stat texts. Set text. Like so. Let's see what we have. 0%, that's low. And then we get the not so nice string, yeah. Python string format float. Colon 06. So is it just colon O then? Actually, how did it look? Let's look again. Just like that, okay. Question is if it's actually just, if it's rounding or just removing all the decimals. Should probably round first, I guess. Now we're showing. Didn't that work? Did I save? I don't think it works. Maybe I just wrote the question. Aha, okay. I just wrote the question. Okay. Colon blah blah f. Okay. But was it colon? Yeah, colon. .0, I guess. Okay, let's try that. Now it shows 0%, 1%, 1%. Okay. Of course, times 100. Should be better. But actually we should round it as well. Now I have to check Python round. Is it math.round? No, just round and to the number of decimals. So around comma 0, I guess, to make sure we don't get yeah, that it just removes the decimals but instead rounds it. 0% looks correct. Okay, we need to hit that car. Yeah, now it looks reasonable. And it probably, if you have 1,000 here, it's going to be too big. So maybe already now we can remove, or we can downsize that stats text. It's 0.55, let's say 0.4 even. It looks a little bit small now, but yeah, at least it will show. And I guess we should really think of it as this, that the user will see it like this. We're never removing the ovals, by the way. We should send an update with the initial state between the rounds, so the ovals, and make sure the ovals are not always there. That we can fix. In the doors instance, I guess we can start to always send, maybe, I don't know, maybe initially, I guess, in the step. We can do an update canvas. I mean, we know we're always showing the canvas, yes, we don't really need this if self show canvas. Maybe does that work? No, because I want to have a step in between where it sets the doors to be closed. But the oval, the dashed oval never goes away, so that we need to fix. In the update to doors instance, we are doing stuff here with the ovals. But okay, I guess we're missing the ovals dashed here. So if it's the initial chosen door, otherwise we set it to 0. We do set that one to 0, but why do I never see? I still never see. Ah, okay. When I do this thing here, update canvas, I need to also do canvas finish step. So that it actually becomes a step here in the animation timeline. Let's see if that works. So now they are actually closed, and then you choose the door. Yeah, that I like better. It's a short while there. If I pause, you can see it shortly goes to be all closed, but then so it first tones down and then it immediately starts showing. So here we can work with what happens within the step, because by default the animation is tweening, so it's going from, I mean, it's always gradually changing from, for example, 0 to 100% showing, or from 0 opacity to 1 opacity. We could change that, but at least now we see 3 closed doors at some point, which is nice. Yeah, I think that's a good step for now. I'll take a break here and then continue soon.